Why does it matter who you love?
Yeah, I feel like love is literally just love. Like, so weird.
So strange.
We have so many memories here.
Imagine someone saying to you, your child's going to get bullied because of
Because
of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm on my way to where it all began for one half of a very famous TikTok couple. For their 9.4 million followers, Caitlin and Leah are fine entertainers, role models and mums.
Yeah, now I feel like definitely we're more concerned about the message rather than like the views.
Today, Leah is guiding Caitlin and us on a journey around her old neighbourhood before we head to a place which means an awful lot to both of them. This all feels really leafy and nice around here.
Yeah, it's really lovely.
Brought to you by Auto Trader. This is Show on the Road. I'm Alex Louis, pulling up in East London in a big VW T6 camper van to pick up Caitlin, originally from Peterborough, and Leah, who was born very close to here. Hi!
This is so cool.
Isn't it, right?
It's really cool.
A yellow Volkswagen and Caitlin have already done the pinch punch. Oh my gosh, how are you?
Good. How are you both?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Good. Make yourselves as comfortable as possible. Now it doesn't seem quite so big with all of us sitting
No,
in here,
It
does
doesn't.
But this is so cool.
Especially with a baby cooking.
I know. I'm trying to find the...
Can the seatbelt go over the bump?
It can.
Do you have enough space?
I do.
I promised to drive very slowly, and I found where all the loos are. So we've got like
Okay,
loo
that
stops
is-
planned. Okay. So Leah,
Yes.
this is where you grew up, like.
Yeah.
And also, I feel like this is a real mix of countryside and sort of town, sprawling metropolis feeling. Did it feel like it had the best of both worlds?
It really did. I loved where I lived growing up. I always say to Caitlin, if we ever become millionaires or win a lot of money, I think we'll never go back here.
Yeah, it is such a nice
It
area.
is, it's really lovely.
It's so nice.
How different is it to Peterborough, where you grew up?
I think it's really different. Peterborough did have kind of the city and the countryside, but I love how close like Chigwell and this sort of area is to London.
Yeah.
It's like you can
so
go
easy.
to London in like a second.
Yeah.
You just get a central line and it's there.
Oh, that's so nice, isn't it, to have the option? So what were for both of you really, what were your happy places as a kid?
My happy place. I liked parks. I know we just spoke about parks, but I would always go to parks with friends. Before Stratford actually became Stratford, I used to go to Romford High Street quite a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And like ever since Stratford existed, I've never gone to Romford since.
Oh, really?
But I remember the downside, it wasn't like an indoor shopping centre, so if it's raining, you're literally going to get wet.
I remember you used to take me to Romford sometimes when we first met, and I was like, I don't really like this because it would always be raining and then we'd have to walk like in the rain in between the shops.
And you've got a thing with your fringe getting wet or moving, so you'd be like walking like this with your fringe.
I did not like it.
I used to have a fringe. I understand fringe issues.
Oh, they're so
I used to call her
annoying.
Fifi LaFrange because she had like proper diva issues in life.
I love that. That's so funny.
That is really funny.
You literally, I'm really baiting you out now.
You
but
are.
What happened when you used to go to school and it wasn't even raining?
When I was younger, it's so embarrassing. I used to bring an umbrella with me in case it was windy, so that the wind wouldn't like move my fringe. And people would look at me like, "What the heck are you doing? It's not even raining."
But didn't they used to look at the sky and be like, "Where's the rain?"
Yeah,
Where's
they
she
would
got a
literally
fringe?
be like,
an umbrella.
Yeah, they'd be so confused.
We're coming up to where I was born.
All right, so here we are. Tell us where we are.
So we're at King George Hospital, which is where I was born.
Ooh.
So
It would be so cool to actually see the room you were born in, but obviously
I don't think that's possible.
that
Can you
wouldn't be
imagine?
possible, but that would be cool. Oh, I've never seen where you were born before.
Has your mum ever told you anything about your pregnancy? No, not your pregnancy, her pregnancy, but your birth.
She says the same story. We can say it literally probably in sync. When she gave birth to me, she was like drugged up, obviously, with like all the.
Because she had a C-section, didn't
Yeah.
she?
And she forgot my name. and all she kept saying is, "What's her name? What's her name?" And then the only way she could remember my name was Princess Leah from Star Wars. And whenever you say to my mum, like, "Oh, what happened with Leah's birth?" that's all she'll say.
But isn't it Princess Leia?
Yes.
Probably. So she's
So it's still not the right name.
No.
Maybe she named you wrong.
Can you imagine? I've never been called Leah my whole life.
You sound like you're pretty close to your mum then, Leah.
Yeah, she's like my best friend.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we do have arguments, but you know, you always hear our arguments.
Yeah, but you both get on really, really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you very similar? Is that why you row?
You say we both repeat ourselves a
Yeah,
lot.
I feel like your biggest similarity is like you both repeat yourself a lot. You're both very kind and like selfless as well. Yeah, you are both very similar.
What does she think about your career as a TikToker?
She loves it.
Does she?
Although I remember telling her about it at the beginning, and I was like, I'm going to quit my job at Greg's and I'm going to be on TikTok full time. And she was like, you can't do that. That's not a job. What are you going to do? And like, she was so worried. But I remember your mum, like, she really, really supported it from the very get-go.
She was really, really supportive with it.
Really?
I would say she was our biggest fan.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh,
Yeah.
Caitlin, I'm really sorry to hear about your mum.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. It's a shame because it would be so amazing to like tell her all the things that we've got coming up and like we've been doing and everything, and yeah, she just was definitely our biggest fan.
Definitely. Although she was also like our manager a little bit.
She thought she was.
She'd be like, get on live, you need to do it live now. Like,
there was actually one point that she was like, oh, can I have a login and answer your comments for you?
over here is where, when we got married, I learnt the wedding dance, which I was too scared to actually do, but that's where I learnt it.
That's cute.
Yeah.
How did you guys meet?
So we actually met through Instagram, through a mental health community on Instagram, and Leah put a post up one day about saying, is there anyone in Essex area that wants to meet up? And she tagged me in the post, so she knew that I was from Essex. So then I commented saying, yeah, I would love to. And
Did you tag her because you thought she was hot?
Funnily enough, I didn't know I was actually gay until I met Caitlin, but I did actually I was sort of thinking about it beforehand. So I was like, well, I hope she comes.
Yeah, and then you put everyone in a group chat. I think we actually spoke over on Facebook Messenger.
Yeah, we've actually got the
chat.
message when we first spoke.
Yeah, and then we met up in Westfields and Stratford.
Yeah, there was a group of 9 of us, and we literally were
we clicked straight away.
Yeah. I remember you holding me back, saying wait here and we'll sit together.
Yeah, we sit together in Nando's. It was so cute.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then we spoke literally ever since, every single day.
Wow. Yeah. Was it a lust at first sight then?
For me, I would say.
I feel like it was, yeah. But it took a while for us to
accept it.
And become more than friends.
And so you had already come out by that point,
Before
but you
then,
hadn't.
yeah.
No. Because I never have had any feelings for a girl apart from Caitlin, so I was so confused. Because I knew I really liked her, but I was like, I'm straight, I'm so confused. But obviously, I couldn't resist.
Wow.
Yeah. We actually told my mum and dad that we were best friends for 6 months, when really they didn't mind at all. It was just, I was so scared because it wasn't really spoken about.
Yeah, we both didn't tell our dads specifically for a long time that we were together, did we?
No. The way your dad found out was quite funny.
Yeah, it was. Leah.
I feel bad that
as a joke, Leah did one of those in a relationship things on Facebook, added me in a relationship. And she thought I'd have to accept it, but for some reason it just went straight through. And then I got a phone call from my dad saying, congratulations on your relationship.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But normally on Facebook you have to accept it, because anyone can say you're brothers or sisters or you're married with someone.
Yeah.
But Caitlin said it never came through as a accepting thing.
No, so I just got this phone call from my dad
I felt
congratulations.
awful.
Okay.
But looking back now, it's a bit funny.
And was he being genuine?
I I think it was probably a mixture of being genuine and kind of like not really knowing what to say. So that was just his response. So I was just like, oh, thank you.
Imagine you being really like awkward.
I was probably really awkward and just like so confused.
How did your mum find out?
I told my mum before I actually met Leah, because I didn't know that I liked girls as well as boys until I was 16. So, well, like I had no idea that I liked girls. It was like really strange. So when I did kind of realise, then I told my mum, and she was really supportive and really, yeah, she was amazing with it. You told your mum as well, and she was really supportive.
Yeah, she was really supportive.
Yeah.
That's so good to hear.
Yeah, we were really lucky to have support.
We're very lucky, yeah. We're very, very, very lucky to have people that support us. Because sadly, obviously, not everyone gets that, which is absolutely crazy to think. Because it really doesn't.
Even in this day and age.
Yeah. Why does it matter who you love?
Yeah.
That's true.
Literally, as long as you're happy
Yeah.
and in a healthy relationship, then.
Yeah, I feel like love is literally just love. Like, why does it matter?
Yeah, that's what we always used to say. Love is love, didn't we?
Yeah.
Always.
So how long were you going out before one of you popped the question?
A long time.
Yeah.
Really, a long time.
So we met in 2015, and then we got engaged in 2020.
Yeah, 2020, lockdown.
Yeah, so 5 years.
Yeah.
Who proposed? How was that?
I proposed to Leah. So I had this whole plan. So it was just before lockdown. I was gonna like do this whole thing where I was gonna take us to where we first met and do like a long thing in London and like take her to a nice park and stuff. But then obviously lockdown happened and we couldn't see each other for weeks and weeks.
Oh no, of course.
Yeah, so I actually proposed to you in my house.
Yeah, but you've done a little like treasure hunt and it was so sweet. It was amazing, and I remember your mum was behind us following, and
It was really cute.
It was really cute.
Oh, that's lovely.
It wasn't how I was planning on it, but
No.
it was really special.
It sounds like it.
Yeah.
And then you got married in
2022. Yeah, 2022.
Yeah,
just
2022.
after
Yeah,
lockdown,
just
I
after.
guess, then. And what was your wedding like?
Beautiful.
It was so lovely. It was in a forest, and it was just so like kind of whimsical. It was really nice.
Yeah, it was gorgeous. Although it was so hot, it was absolutely baking. It was in
It was
August.
really hot. And neither of us knew what the other one was going to wear, like the wedding dress.
Right.
And everyone, when they saw our dresses, thought that we picked
Yeah.
it together because they literally complemented each other perfectly.
But
Oh,
God's
really?
honest truth, we did not.
No, like we
At
chose
all.
the exact same colour
Yeah.
as well and everything, and it was crazy. Yeah.
Wow.
It went
People
so
to
well.
this day still do not believe it.
No. But then we had the issue because Leah was pregnant and she had a tighter fitting dress, so you were so worried that you weren't going to fit because you were 17 weeks when we got married.
And it
so.
suddenly pops around then.
Yeah.
doesn't it?
Yeah.
So you decided to have children before you got married then?
Yeah, we were actually quite impulsive. So we always knew we wanted to have kids, and then we decided one day, we were like, oh, we'll just freeze my eggs, because we knew that we were going to do my eggs and Leah was going to carry first. So we said, we'll just freeze my eggs, and we told our parents we're just going to freeze my eggs, and then we froze my eggs and then decided, oh, we'll get pregnant now.
Wow.
Yeah.
But
But
even
we've
the
done that
egg
with-
freezing process isn't a simple process.
No, it's a really long process.
We are
We're
quite impulsive.
Once we make a decision, we just do it. Like,
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, so no deep discussions
No,
about...
Not really.
No, we're very quick with when we make a decision.
What did you know about IVF before the process?
Oh my gosh, not that much. You were
No.
brilliant. You're like the researcher. You were up all hours of the night and you researched everything. You were teaching me everything.
Yeah, but before that, we didn't really know. We knew that obviously you had to have like donor sperm, an egg, and somehow it would make it a baby. But we didn't know how much like the injections you'd have to have, the medications, the procedures. So much goes into it, and we really had no idea.
Even when you're pregnant, you still have to take in like something or do something like injections and a pessary up to like 12 weeks when you're pregnant, which really did surprise me.
Yeah, it was. I think it was a pessary, 2 injections a day, and a tablet that you have to take.
Yeah.
For the
All
first
of
12
that
weeks.
is so traumatic to go through as well, isn't it?
It is a very big process.
Yeah, and obviously all your hormones
All
are all
over the
over the
place.
place.
And I can hear how much you obviously complement each other, like the yin and yang
We really do,
on
really.
both sides.
Yeah.
It's weird because when we first met, we felt like we were so similar, didn't we? We felt
we
like
did.
we had very similar personalities, very similar likes and dislikes. But then as we've grown in our relationship, we've actually realised that we're quite different in many
Yeah.
ways.
We actually spoke about that the other day. We actually came to that realisation that we're actually not as similar as we thought we were.
No.
Have you ever played one of those games, you know, where you ask each other questions that you may not have, you know?
That would have been
What is Leah's favourite food?
Ooh,
What's my favourite
it
food?
changes.
Right.
You do like Nando's.
Yes.
Is that what you
I
were
was
thinking?
Yes,
Yeah.
I was going to say, if you said something else, that was wrong.
Oh, actually,
Yeah,
no.
I don't cause any rows.
Oh, I know what she's going to say. She'll set on 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, stir fry. You cheated!
Whoa!
Roast dinner. You said if you said
Oh.
your death row meal
Yeah.
would be my roast dinner.
I'm sorry, I take everything back. It's not Nando's, it's not stir fry. It is honestly, genuinely Caitlin's roast dinner. She makes the best roast dinner
Thank
ever.
you.
Why specifically? Is it about the roast potatoes?
The roast
Or-
potatoes.
yeah.
Oh my god, that, like, honestly, anyone that comes for our roast dinner, well, not ours, yours, they're like, wow, this is amazing. Can I have seconds?
Are you the chef of the house?
I am, but to be honest, we're both really bad at cooking at the moment. I
It's
feel like
more-
with a
yeah.
toddler, it's
Yeah.
just so we focus more on Oakley's food, and then we forget
Yeah.
that we actually have to cook for ourselves.
So, can you direct us to Chigwell Road?
It's literally one direct road down.
When was the first instance that you became aware of TikTok and your potential involvement?
Dan, you can
In
say
it.
this one.
Well, we it was just before lockdown. My little cousin was always on TikTok, and she was always trying to get us to get involved and like make videos with her. So we just downloaded it for kind of fun, and then it got really addictive, and we really enjoyed making the videos and stuff. And then I feel like through lockdown is when we really actually like kind of gained a lot of followers, and it started to become a job, which we really didn't expect. We didn't even know TikTok could be a job.
No.
But I feel like it was mainly through lockdown where it kind of like hit us like, wow, we can actually do this as a job. And it's
I feel like we were so different on there because back like 4 years ago on TikTok there wasn't like same-sex couples as much. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, because a lot of the people that we would see at the beginning were like not same-sex couples really, and then we would do trends that they would do, and then I guess it just kind of went from there.
Yeah.
You weren't a big fan to begin with of TikTok, were you, Leah?
I wasn't. I remember being I remember we filmed something on the way home from Paris. You surprised me with like a Paris holiday. And we filmed this video and I was like, oh my gosh, I hate it. Like, we can't upload it. And I remember like really struggling with it.
I feel like we uploaded it literally for about 5 minutes.
Yeah,
and then you were like, no, we have
deleted
to
it.
delete
Yeah.
it.
What?
I suffer with something called body dysmorphic disorder. So like I really struggle with my appearance. I've got a lot better, but that time of my life, I found it really hard. But then like, it was hard because we've always filmed our memories. Like whenever we've gone on holidays, we've literally filmed and vlogged our holidays. So then like TikTok was the same, but we, of course, like what you said, we didn't realise it was going to blow up.
Yeah.
So obviously when it blew up, like my body dysmorphic disorder got worse because I didn't know all these people were going to see, but then it was like we enjoyed it, so it did actually really help.
Yeah, I do feel like you've got so much better with it since you've been doing TikTok.
So do you think that seeing how it was helping people helped you with your own body dysmorphia then?
Not really. I just came to the conclusion that nobody's perfect. Everyone's got flaws, and what I feel self-conscious about myself, people might not even know that about me. So I just came to the conclusion, like, I enjoy it, I'm not going to let it stop me. And obviously some days I struggle, but if I'm struggling I just won't film. We don't film every day.
What do you think sets TikTok apart from the other social media channels? Because you did a lot on YouTube, didn't you, to begin with?
Yeah, we did. I feel like because it's short form content, people like find it easier to watch, I guess, because it's just easy to just scroll through and watch videos, and you don't have to have a long attention span.
No,
or
we're all like
anything.
fish now, aren't we?
Yeah. So I feel like that's probably where it's so different from other platforms.
And I feel like with TikTok, you can be seen so much more. Like, you can easily get on the For You page, like you can post anything and it has a chance of going viral. Whereas with YouTube, it is so hard.
You have to be, someone has to be dedicated to sit down and like watch like a 10-minute video of you. Whereas TikTok, they could just watch 30 seconds and, you know.
So what does this area mean for you?
I didn't live, so in Chigwell Row, we didn't live here for that long, but I remember just thinking about the bus routes all the time, and there's a little badminton park literally down there. I used to play badminton and tennis.
Nice.
We went there together. We did roller skating.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I was awful.
I convinced Leah to get some roller skates, and then we did some roller skating, and I think that was the only time we ever did it.
Tell me you have footage of that.
I think we do actually. Yeah.
You were so good, and I was literally on the like row, not moving.
I feel like you just didn't have the confidence in yourself to do it.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, in my brain, I still think I could be a professional roller skater or ice skater or something, but it's never going to happen. This all feels really leafy and nice around here.
Yeah, it's really lovely. It's very green, isn't it?
It's such a pretty area. But that park, I actually just remembered, that is when we told your mum about TikTok.
Yes, that is when we actually said I was quitting the job.
Yeah, that's when that was the first time we told her.
And she was so confused, like because I never actually said anything about TikTok beforehand. I don't know why, I just didn't. So when I showed her our TikToks and everything, she was so confused.
She was like, she did not understand it at all.
No, she didn't. To be fair, none of my family understood it.
Not for a long time.
That's so funny.
How random.
I know. And I think it was when we did the roller skating as well. That was literally when we told her.
Go right or left. I used to go left. You could go right to Chigwell Row.
So we're heading towards your old house, aren't we now?
This is the road I used to take to come and see you all the time.
Yeah, all the time. I used to look and find friends, and when I knew you were in Vicarage Lane,
you knew I was close.
I knew you were close. I'll go down the stairs. The horses at the end of this road are so gorgeous.
They're really cute.
So you were living here until you guys started dating?
Yeah, so I lived in this house in Chigwell for about 10 years. Yeah, up until recently, really.
So, yeah, we started dating whilst you were living here, and then I think it was 2020, the end of 2020, that you moved in with my mum and I.
Yeah.
So we were dating for about 6 years, I think, beforehand.
But I'd come home on maybe like 1 or 2 days just to see my mum and my dad, really.
Yeah.
So, can you direct us?
So it's a left now into Brookway, yes.
Okay.
And then it's the second right. So
This
not
was
this
so
one.
weird.
So strange.
We have so many memories here.
I know.
What sort of memories do you have?
Just like everything from the start of our relationship. Like I used to come to your house all the time. And
Can you
sleep
remember those
over.
those feelings?
Yeah,
of
the excitement.
Initial.
And then it's the first left. Do you remember walking up that alleyway to the train station all the time?
all the time. Anytime we wanted to go to London.
Yeah.
Oh, I can see how happy you guys look when you're
Aww.
around here. That's so nice to witness.
I used to think I was so cool growing up because Joey Essex used to live on like the 4th house.
Really?
Yeah.
It's so embarrassing. I was very young. One time I knocked on his door with some friends and he looked at us and he just shut the door. And I don't blame him. Like, that was awful to do, but I was like quite young.
I'm surprised he didn't have loads of people outside his house if people were aware of where he lived.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe. Oh.
So this was your street?
Yes.
Your lane. Gosh, it's lovely.
I wonder if the house looks any different since you've left.
It's literally right next to that grey one.
Okay, so the one with the red outside?
Yes.
The red brick?
Oh,
and
it's so weird.
This is really weird. How do you feel?
A mix of emotions, really. Oh, look.
Oh.
Oh, they've got blinds in now. And they've got a new door,
shutters.
Caitlin.
Oh, it's nice.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
they've
that's
done quite a
crazy.
lot.
It feels weird because I feel like we should just be like parking
No,
on the
yeah.
drive and going in.
I can't tell what your emotions are.
It's just because obviously my mum,
mixed.
yeah, like my mum and dad, they split up, so that's why they don't live there. So it's like, it's good memories, but obviously like they split up, so that's why they don't live there anymore, isn't it?
Yeah, which
Yeah.
is sad.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah. But it was nice memories in the house.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
it's where we met. Like, not met, but it's when, like, you first come over.
Yeah, we used to
and-
spend so much time there together.
Yeah, it's where we first, like, told my mum about our IVF journey.
Yeah.
Our wedding.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
We're going to make more memories now. In our house. Our own
Mhm.
house.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. How nice.
Yeah.
So crazy to see it.
So what's your relationship like with your dad now?
Really good, yeah. Like, my mum and dad, they split, but they're still good friends. Like, they split on good terms.
So, Caitlin and Leah actually had a version of this VW camper van at their wedding, so it has a very special place in their hearts. The one we've got today is yellow, which makes it really stand out, and I love it. We currently have over 1,500 motorhomes available to buy on Auto Trader, ranging from £3,500 to £135,000. It's mad what you can get in terms of specs these days. Last year, motorhomes on Auto Trader were viewed over 50 million times.
Wow.
50 million!
That's really shocking.
I know.
Wow, that's
And
a
the
lot.
T6 version, the one that we're in now, was the second most popular motorhome on Auto Trader, with grey being the most popular colour.
I can't imagine it being yellow.
No.
No, this is true. The most popular yellow car was actually the Mercedes-Benz A-Class.
Oh, that's
Ah.
interesting.
I wonder how many people pinched someone in the car as we were driving because they're
yeah.
actually in a yellow car. We do that all the time.
All the time.
Pinch yellow car.
So, let's get back to the show. Our next stop is Epping Forest Shopping Park.
Amazing. Gosh, this brings back the memories.
Definitely.
So we're in an enormous, they're almost American, these sorts of big, sprawling industrial areas, aren't they?
Yeah.
Now?
Yeah.
Big shopping with enormous Smiths, enormous Aldi. Other food areas are available, including Greg's, which is where you used to
Greg's
work.
is the main one.
Oh, look, there's Greg's.
Oh.
It's like one of the busiest Greg's in like the whole area. So I remember it was such hard work working there, especially at Christmas.
Do you fancy a snack?
Yeah, gosh.
Yeah,
shall we?
actually, yeah.
I think yours might be down there.
Oh,
What is it? Ooh,
Oh.
Kit Kat Chunky.
this is your.
This reminds me actually of the first day we met. We
Yeah.
both had a Kit Kat Chunky together.
Match made in heaven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too right. Cheers
Yeah,
to that,
chocolate
girl.
is too good to not have.
Definitely.
Yeah, I agree.
Definitely.
Definitely.
What have you got?
I've got an Ella's, deliciously
Ooh,
Ella.
Deliciously Ella.
I mean,
Very
I've got
nice.
total Kit Kat chunky envy.
I wonder if your boss is working
I was just
today.
thinking, I wonder if Dan's there.
I see he's still there. How long ago were you there then? So we're talking
Ooh.
about, are we talking about Greg's?
Yes,
Right,
Greg's.
okay.
4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, I think you probably left in 2021, I think.
I remember telling my work colleagues that we were getting married and.
Oh, they were very
Yeah.
invested, weren't they, in like our wedding and then our IVF journey and
Yeah,
stuff as well.
I feel like maybe they didn't see like a same-sex couple that got married and like they found it very, very interesting, didn't they? Especially the
did.
older women. They were really supportive, but they were like really curious as to.
Have you had any negative views on your sexuality? I mean, I imagine you have on the online, but in that sort of environment, did you have any negativity?
We didn't really, I don't think at your work, but we did at my mum's old house, like where we lived with my mum, our neighbour opposite, he was very homophobic, and his wife, and if we were like going out to our car on the front drive, he would come and stand outside and watch us and like try and intimidate us, and his wife used to like shout things at us and stuff.
Yeah, awful.
We actually had to call the police on them in the end because they were doing it every time we stepped out of the house. They were like, they even had a camera on us, didn't they? On their door, on their window, like pointing at our house all the time.
And we knew it was because they were homophobic, because we would say, what are you doing? They're like, well, you're lesbians. Like at the end, we called it on camera and everything.
Yeah,
it was
just
for
really
proof.
horrible.
I'm so sorry that you had to experience that. That's
Awful.
It was just so sad because, like, we weren't doing anything to harm them. Like, we never did anything to like upset them, other than just literally be ourselves.
Yeah,
it's just sad.
That must have been really hard to cope with.
Yeah, especially when it's where you live.
Yeah, opposite.
Yeah, and it's not, I guess, if I were in your shoes, I think I'd feel like it's not just affecting me in that moment. That's when it is then affecting
exactly
the close people around you as well.
Yeah, like even like stepping outside our house, sometimes we would be like to your mum, can you either come out with us or can you look outside the window just to make sure? Because when your mum was there, they wouldn't do it as much.
Yeah,
it was just when it was just us two.
Yeah, definitely.
Wow.
Which is really sad.
Yeah. And it just shouldn't be a big deal.
No, it shouldn't.
No.
And you could blame it on their age, but I feel like, you know, it shouldn't be. At any age, you should be accepting of others.
Yeah. And then for me, as a, you know, my therapy brain on would be like, that's just must be triggering them for something that's completely unrelated.
Yeah.
Probably.
Like that's their own issues of something that they can't quite cope with themselves.
That's what we used to say. Like, we actually feel sorry for them because who's got the time to sit outside and wait for your neighbours opposite to walk out, to then walk out and intimidate them? Like,
you must have a very sad life.
Yeah, it's very sad.
And genuinely sad. Yeah. That's a really positive view that you girls have got, and I would imagine from how you're saying it that helps you then broach it with online negativity as well, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I feel like online, I feel like people are kind of keyboard warriors. They feel like they're not really talking to a real person, and then they just say whatever they want to say without realising the impact it could have on you.
Definitely.
It's so true, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you find that it's and I don't know if you do or don't, but like, do you find it hard not to reply, or do you reply to people?
I would say certain hate comments affect us more when it's to do with Oakley and him having 2 mums, and when people say, what are you doing, he's going to get bullied and all this stuff, like that hurts so much, because imagine someone saying to you, your child's going to get bullied because of us. Yeah, those comments hurt a lot more than other comments. For some other comments, I just think you're so uneducated, like it's a shame you think like that, but then when it's about your son or about how we are as parents, that's what hurts the most.
But I feel like even if you do reply to them, you're sadly not going to change the way they think.
No.
So, and replying to them sometimes is actually just what they want, because we have replied to people before and they're like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, I love you guys.
Yeah.
And you're like, why would you say such a horrible thing just to get a response?
Yeah.
When did you realise that you were also having a positive impact on people, and how has that been?
I would say through our comment section and when we see people in real life.
Yeah, in real life people say such lovely things, like that they have either like come out to their families because of our content, or that they are going through like similar journeys to us, and that's so heartwarming and just amazing to see and hear.
Because I feel like online you're literally looking on your phone, but when you actually step outside and people say it to your face, it's like, wow, like
they're real people.
that is incredible. Yeah.
Was there a specific time that you noticed that shift, or was there a specific person that you remember?
I can't think of anything specific, but I feel like when we went to Talk Fest, which is kind of a social event for TikTokers, that was probably, I feel like that was one of the first times we really met a lot of people that followed us, and that was quite impactful. And like hearing everybody, like, I don't know, just say nice things, and like people coming to actually see us, and that was just really sweet. And
that was amazing.
And how much do you, both as a couple and then individually, care about followers and likes, and how much impact does that have on you?
When we first started, I'm not gonna lie, we were a little bit like, oh my gosh, like this is like, we've just hit 100 million, what am I saying? we just hit 1 million, and like all these milestones are so important. Like we've always like made a big deal of them, but I feel like as time goes on, we're more like about our message and about helping people and about like letting
in the beginning I feel like you can get more carried away because it's kind of like an adrenaline rush to see likes and follows and everything, but now I feel like definitely we're more concerned about the message rather than like the views. Or
do you think it's because you're so established and you have so many followers?
I don't think so. Like, there's still an element of always worrying on, like, especially a platform like TikTok, you're always worrying, like, oh my gosh, why are the views down? Like, what's happening? Like, we're always going to have that because it's our job. We're always going to worry, like, why is this views low? But in terms of followers, like, we don't really... That was always your mum's job, to look at the count and everything, how many followers
she was
we
so
had.
into, like, all of that. But, yeah, I don't know.
There's always an element of, like, views because it's our job and we want to do this for as long as possible, but I feel like as time goes on we just want to like put out more of a message that like we're two girls, we have a family, like we met through our mental health and like we've come out the other side, although we still struggle, like we've helped each other and we just hope we can help others really.
Does it ever put a strain on your relationship?
I
the pressures of it all?
so,
yeah, I think so. I think like especially at some points in our relationship, all the comments and stuff, and like people kind of put us against each other, like with the comments, and we'll make out that one of us is like the bad one in the relationship and stuff like that, which is, I feel like it affects us more personally than if you see bad comments about me, it kind of affects you because you don't want me to get upset and like the other way around.
But it's so hard because you can't pin it on social media. You can't say, why did you say this about my wife? Because you're drawing attention to it and then more people will say it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, but
so
then what do you do with that like frustration?
It's
and that
hard. It is hard.
For me, I think I'd feel like I was being curtailed and that would make me angry in itself.
Yeah.
It's hard because you have to think, like, if I say something, will it actually improve the situation or will it just make it worse? So we choose not to say anything, but we talk to each other a lot about it.
Yeah, and I feel like we have such a good support network around us that, like, if they're saying these horrible things, they don't know us. Because really we are actually good people, we're like nice people. So if they're saying this, they don't know us. So as long as you know what they're saying isn't real, it shouldn't affect you, really. I know it's hard to say that.
It's harder to say it,
And you're coming from such a compassionate standpoint, which is really positive. How do you manage to keep your work-life balance
we don't.
in check?
It's so hard.
I feel like we don't, to be
We're
honest.
really bad.
No. Yeah,
most of the times it's like we're colleagues because we're like, sometimes we have so many like deadlines to do and it's like as soon as Oakley's in bed we don't sit down together and just like talk with a cup of tea. We literally, but that's why we want to do the podcast, so we can actually talk.
Yeah, it's
so
true.
ridiculous.
It's kind of like will be the time that we can sit down and kind of like a therapy session, because at the moment we literally just
have no time.
We look after Oakley, we do our work, and then we don't have we're so exhausted we don't really have the time for each other, which is so sad.
Yeah, well, what advice would you be giving someone else if they were in your shoes? Because I'm sure you're very good at that. You know, with your experience, you'd be able to help an upcoming TikToker.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
What would you say?
Relationship always comes first over work, really. We always think, do you know what, we've got to work because we've got to provide for our family, but really our kids care more that we're together and we're happy and that we're showing them that we're in love and everything. So I feel like we're so bad with leaving Oakley. We can phone my mum and say, look, do you know what, can you babysit? We're going to go out.
And have a date night.
Yeah, it's so easier said than done. I know it is. We just have to do it.
Yeah.
Next stop is Two Kitchens in Loughton.
Oh, we used to go here all the time.
Yes.
So, should we go?
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
What is it? Is it like Italian / Japanese? I think.
Italian / Japanese?
Yeah,
it's like two. That's why it's two kitchens. It's like two different sort of.
It's quite a combo. What challenges do you guys face as a same-sex couple parenting?
Oh, even yesterday. Are you the auntie?
Yeah, that's
so
something that we
annoying.
get. I think at least once a week we will go somewhere. So yesterday we were in the hospital, and the lady one of the doctors was like, "Oh, are you the auntie to me?" And like they always assume that one of us is the mum, and not both of us. And we always have to explain, no, we're both the parents.
But like, I don't want that to happen when the kids are older, because it's like annoying for them as well. Like, why are they calling one of my mum the auntie? I understand that it's a different situation, but it's like there are different ways of having a family, and families can look different. So I'd maybe prefer if someone just said, "So who are you?"
Yeah,
maybe.
rather than like just make an assumption like
two kitchens.
Oh, two kitchens.
Yeah, there is. We always used to park opposite, and the car parking is a nightmare. Oh my gosh.
Definitely.
Is it busy? I bet it isn't. No, it's never busy.
Oh, look, it literally is a Japanese Italian.
Yeah.
It looks like a little Japanese restaurant.
So
it's really cute.
So we're on the high street of
Loughton,
which is rather nice. Isn't it? Look at
Yeah.
these old buildings.
It's
really
such a nice
cute.
high street.
There's a Nando's we always go to as well.
Yeah.
Or we used to.
Yeah.
Wow. Look at that. Look at that little old building.
Yeah,
I know,
it's so
it's
cute.
I feel like we
really
stumbled
cute.
across like Shakespearean times suddenly.
We used to always walk up and down here.
Yeah,
We
we
even
did.
walked up and down here with Oakley when he was really little,
Yeah. I remember there's a baby shop coming up to the right, and we always used to go in there like, one day we'll have kids.
didn't we? Yeah.
However it pans out, do you think you guys will still be doing TikTok in 10 years' time, or do you think that...
It's so hard to know. I feel like it's so cliche, but I feel like we have like the best job in the world.
Yeah.
And I'm so grateful to do what we're doing, because we do get to be home with Oakley. We don't have to worry about like going into London and doing like a 9 to 5. So I would love to say yes,
Obviously, you can never predict.
but you
the
can never
future.
predict it.
It's such a positive thing you could be doing with your platform and your reach,
Yeah.
isn't it?
We do. That's kind of like the main thing we want to do, just to kind of help people and educate people and raise awareness of topics. And like that's kind of just our main goal.
Even if people just watch our videos and they talk about it, and it becomes more normal in their households, or more normal with their friends and school, then to me, that's really good. Like, and then please God, when our kids go to school, it would be less of a stigma. Because I feel like things are changing slowly. They're not where they're meant to be. But when I was a kid, you never really saw different families or spoke about these things. So I feel like they're changing. They are. It's not the same as they used to be, but...
And I do feel like social media is a big part of that.
Yeah.
Because we did have social media, but it wasn't like what it was like.
No.
What it's like now.
Yeah.
And I do feel like, although there are negatives to social media, there are a lot of positives as well, and it is making people a lot more open-minded and educated and stuff.
So as we come to the end of our podcast, what is there any final thing that either of you or you as a couple would like to say to these new followers and to your followers? Was there a message?
I would just say to always be open and always be yourself, and that for us especially, I hope people like can see that there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. Like, you could be going through a bad time and it can be really hard, like really, really, really hard, and you feel like there's really no way out and you've got no one, and there's always somebody that cares, and like your story is never over, never ever over, and just to keep going really, because as we said, like struggling from mental health, meeting each other, to then getting married and having our own family, and it's just incredible. And I just really believe that anyone can like do it if you really put your mind to like getting better. You will.
Yeah, I honestly don't think I could say anything better than that.
What a lovely way to end. And I shall now drop you off at Loughton Station.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We'll go home to our little boy.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you
Thank
so much.
you.
Thank you for your honesty and your vulnerability as well.
Aw,
it's really
thank you.
appreciated.
Yeah, it was lovely
thank
speaking
you
with
so
you.
My pleasure.
Get home safely.
Yeah, you too.
Thank you. Bye.
Take care, ladies. Get
Bye.
out safe. What an amazing episode that was. Navigating life's major hurdles is always really tricky, so I love that Caitlin and Leah were so open about their experiences and willing to help others on their path. Thank you for joining us. Show on the Road is a Fresh Air production for Auto Trader. If you've enjoyed watching our episode, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. The best part about Show on the Road is that everyone's drive is so different. You could go down the same road twice and every story that the guest would have would be worlds apart. And you never know which vehicle they're going to get into. Choosing the vehicle that you're going to start your story in could not be easier with Auto Trader. There are thousands of vehicles to choose from with expert reviews and videos to help you pick. And there are options to buy used, new or lease, so you can get the best bang for your buck every time. Find your next car and start your next story on the Auto Trader app or via autotrader.co.uk. See you next time.